Hey, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of the 4th through the 10th of February. The sun is deciding it wants to come out. No, it doesn't. It wants to come out. No, it doesn't. Yeah. All through the recording today. It's awesome. We got a nice little storm coming on. And I'm mentioning this nice little crazy storm because we're kicking off the week with the moon in Sagittarius. Of course, somebody's got to do it, right? And right off the bat, in a square with Saturn today, which makes all the sense in the world. With focus on relationships, Saturn's focus on career. Saturn is a representation of an authority figure. And generally, when somebody comes in and tells you what to do, you Sagittarians have a tendency to fight against that. It's true. I don't know if you've noticed that or not about yourselves, but it is true because Sagittarians are the quintessential burn your bras kind of people, I guess. It's all about down with authority, right? And don't tell me what to do kind of a thing. There's two things really that come out of this that come to mind for me. One, I don't think anybody likes to be told what to do, and I don't think anybody likes an authority figure sort of, over them doing that sort of thing. But in life, sometimes we just have to deal with it, and sometimes it comes up for a reason. And I feel like our stubbornness is really getting in the way of us understanding that reason. Whether it's our mindset, our stubbornness, just the fact that we don't like to be told what to do. I know what I'm supposed to do, but when somebody's telling me that I'm supposed to do it, I have like, excuse me. I don't like it either. I get it. As we move into Monday, the moon square with Neptune, all of a sudden it feels like you're not getting the support that you would like to get within these relationships. So it's like you got somebody yelling at you, and you go to somebody and just be like, I can't believe this person was yelling at me and telling me what to do. And everybody's just like, well, what's the problem? Right. And it just sort of feels like nobody is hearing you. And I think at least most of the Sagittarians that I know, they tend to really get loud when nobody is hearing them. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that necessarily, but I will say that part of this anger is fueled by Pallas Athene coming into Sagittarius at the same time. Pallas Athene is known as the warrior goddess. We have a fighter coming into Sagittarius. That sounds kind of like trouble, big time. But at the same time, I feel like if this is a reoccurring issue that keeps on coming up, and you seem to play it out in the exact same way, it is going to intensify your frustration. But at the same time, it's your frustration that is getting in the way of you understanding what's happening around you right now. The universe and your guides, and in terms of our lessons, everybody plays a part in our lessons. We play a part in other people's lessons. Bottom line here is if something keeps coming up excessively, it is time to pay attention to it. And all of this fighting against it energy is really the big giant wall that's getting in the way of you seeing what you need to learn for you in that situation. And we all are guilty of that. This is not just a Sagittarian problem, but Pallas Athene coming in behind all of this is definitely going to intensify that anger a little bit, or that resentment a little bit, or literally just, I'm sick and tired of this pattern and I'm not doing it anymore, kind of really intensifying fighting against it. As we get through those couple of days, the moon moves on. The moon does move into a trine with the sun, which is also focused on career as it's leaving. So it's really about putting that aggressive energy towards something productive rather than allowing that energy to just destroy you like it probably has over and over again in the past. It happens. We all are our own worst enemies. And we tend to fight everybody else thinking that they're the enemy, but really the enemy is looking you right in the face. As you're looking in the mirror, that's your biggest enemy right there. Until you can identify that, the fighting never stops. And in terms of Pallas Athene being the warrior goddess, warriors didn't fight just to fight. They didn't fight fights that didn't make any sense either. They fought for a cause. And that's really what's important here in terms of your relationships and her influence coming into your relationships. This is about fighting for a cause, and not just a cause for others and not just a cause for yourself. This is about balancing both at the same time, or balancing the two so that you're symbiotically fighting for the people that you love, but also standing up for yourself at the same time. But you also have to allow the ones that you love to fight their own battles as well. And that's really important. I have met a lot of Sagittarians who really just kind of want to jump in there and here, let me just fix this for you. And that is not a good idea to keep that going, because it does start to you start to train people that they don't have to fix their problems. You can do it for them. And we all got our own problems. We don't need to deal with somebody else's, right? Pallas Athene's energy is also coming in is really interesting here, because being that it is focused on relationships, it can very easily go towards, I'm fighting everybody around me. And we don't want that, of course. We want to put that energy into something a little bit more positive, maybe building a bigger support system, or a better support system, or even a different support system, because the support system that you have, it's just, sometimes you rely on somebody for so long, you can't rely on them anymore. You have to sort of build something else to kind of sort of supplement what you have. So it's really putting that energy into building healthy relationships rather than destroying the relationships that you currently have, if that makes sense, which can be a very delicate balance, really. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Lots of very interesting stuff there. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link, which is there in the description. Would really appreciate that. Love the coffees. You guys are awesome. Also, check out my website, which is also there in the description. You can book time very easily. You can just get in contact with me if you have any questions. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do on the website, so go check it out. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys make it a great week. I know you can. I'll see you next week.